Yo, what's up, guys? It's your boy LOZA. We're going to look at my Dark Magician deck that I came third with at Locals. It went pretty damn good, and I was pretty happy with most of it and all the different engines I tried today. So let's take a little look at all those engines now. The first is going to be the DM engine, which we'll get into very soon. Next, we've got the Red Eyes Fusion and Red Eyes engine, which is probably my favorite. We've also got the Nadir/Dogmatika engine. And the latest addition to the deck is going to be the Toy Box engine, which was really fun today. I really liked it. And last is going to be the hand traps. Now you'll notice all of these engines that I've just shown on the screen, they all start with a spell that you play at 3. And the reason being is those spells are very good. And until Dark Magician gets spells on those levels, unfortunately, we're just going to have to play other engines. I know some people are a bit upset by the amount of, non-Dark Magician cards that are in my deck and the other engines, but listen, guys, I'm just going to hit you with the cold water until Konami make Dark Magician cards that are, spells that are on the level of this, or on the level of Nadir, or on the level of Toy Box for DM. There's just no real reason to play DM Pure. One last thing I'd like to show off before we get into the profiles. This is a profile that'll be coming soon with the beautiful new QCR Dark Magicians. So, hell yeah. Great pickup at Locals today. Okay, we're going to start off with the 2 Dark Magician. This is a LOZA standard. If you are not a LOZA member, go hit that subscribe right now. We do play 2 DM because 1 is bricky. One is not good enough and 3 is bricky. 2 is kind of the perfect number. And in this build, we are playing 2 refs, so we actually want to keep both Dark Magician in the deck a lot of the time. Though, of course, Magician Souls normally has to send one of these to the bin to do all its cool stuff. But in saying that, you can Soul Summon them back to the deck if you do need to activate ref or something like that. So it's normally not too big of a hassle. It's normally the Red Eyes in the grave that's the problem. 1 Magician's Rod, because in this build, I'll be real, we don't really want a normal lot because Red Eyes Fusion takes away our normal. And it's just a better normal than Rod will ever be. Until Rod can search a card that's on the level of this, it's not really a card to play it, in my opinion. So 1 Rod's fine. You get it if you don't find a normal summon, because we're playing many ways to get Rod, and we'll go over them very soon. So let's leave it there for the 2 DM and the 1 Rod, and get into the beautiful... Oh yeah, we got that rarity bump, baby. You know I had to do it to them. The New Souls. New Souls is beautiful. Had to get them. 3 of Magician Souls. Even though it's a ref build, I bumped it up to 3. Definitely not because I got the nice rarity. I swear, guys, that's not why. It actually isn't, because we have the Toy Box engine. So Souls has come back at 3. My last build had it at 2. Because typically in a ref build, you don't need Souls as much, or you're not really, you don't really care about it. But in this build, we actually really want to see Souls pretty much all the time. So... yeah, even the turns where I opened ref, there was a chance I did this instead. It just really depended on what I was versing matchup-wise. But yeah, ref is always my go-to turn 1. But Souls is sensational on turn 2 on the clapback and for pushing for game. Souls also obviously helps very, very, very much when we get to that engine, but let's leave it until then. So yeah, our 2 Search, our 2 Souls, our 3 Souls, we've got 2 Illusion of Chaos. Illusion of Chaos also being... QCR, because I had to do it. I had to bling them out. Don't ask me why I don't have an SP Little Knight, but I blinged out my DM core. Don't ask. So yeah, Illusion of Chaos lets you add either the Rod, the 1 of Rod we mentioned. So in actual fact, it's like we have 3 Rod if you look at the ratios right here. But I'm going to go beyond that and say we actually have more. So we're also playing, I know it's not technically a DM card, but it's going to be part of the DM engine, Triple Prep. So Triple Prep acts as 5 more copies, or 3 more copies rather, of Illusion of Chaos. So in essence, we have 5 Illusion of Chaos, right? 5 of that. That means we've got 8 copies of Souls all up. And it means we've altogether got 6 copies of Rod, if you think about it that way. So, even though we're only playing 1 Rod, we're actually kind of not. And the reason why we like Prep so much is because multiple Illusion of Chaos don't do anything. Multiple Prep can. So you can use multiple Prep. You can use it to bait Ash. You can also use Prep, get Illusion of Chaos, get Souls. Souls can send the Preps for draws. If, your hand was 3 Prep, it's fine, because Souls can send the 2 Preps and draw. So you go Prep, Illusion of Chaos, Souls, send 2 for draw. If your hand's 3 Illusion of Chaos, what are you doing? Nothing. You're using 1 and that's it. So at least if you open multiple Prep, it's much better than opening multiple Illusion of Chaos. I hope that makes sense. And that's why I'm going to group Prep and Illusion of Chaos kind of together here. And then, yeah, we've got Souls as well. So that's the end of our monster lineup for the DM engine. I know it's a small monster lineup, but it just gets the job done. 1 Salvation, and yes, it is QCR as well. You got to love to see it. Card was cut from my last build. I brought it back. Definitely not because I got a QCR. Definitely not, guys. No, it is. This one's definitely just back for that reason, but whatever. 1 circle. It's pretty much established that circle is the one-off going forward. 2 Soul Servants. I still need to get my secrets of these. If you know anyone who's selling them or whatever, hit me up. I really need them. And our last card is going to be the Trap, Eternal Soul. I'm just going to put Salvation with Eternal Soul because, you know, they kind of combo together. You kind of play them together, if that makes sense. I'm really upset. Please let me know in the comments how you feel about Blue Eyes being able to set their version of this card. Blue Eyes have the new Maiden card that sets their True Light, which is their Eternal Soul. It doesn't even set it, activates it from their deck. It's able to place it in the spell trap zone. How does Blue Eyes have the ability to activate theirs turn 1 when our card literally sets it? It's an abomination. That's what it is. I hate it. It really makes me upset, but let me know what you think about that down in the comments. Just playing the minimal DM engine here in Spells and Traps, just playing the Circle Eternal Soul because that is the DM triangle there, and then some consistency cards to help that out, and some good cards for Magician Souls to send for draws too. Next engine I want to talk about is the Ref engine. Most of you will know what this is. Until we get a card on the level of Ref, I just don't think there's another way around it. Red Eyes Fusion is one of the strongest spells we can play. Not only does it turn 1 put Dark Magician into the graveyard for us, so, you know, it sets up Soul Servant, Eternal Soul, and a bunch of other DM-related spells and traps. It also gives you one of the most powerful boss monsters ever to exist in Yu-Gi-Oh!, I want to say. And I know people say Dragoon's not so good anymore, and, well, look, I still think it's pretty damn cracked. Anyway, triple Ref, because that is a 1-card copy to summon Dragoon, and that's just stupid. 1 card, Foolish Burial, and summon a God Monster. The deck really needs cards like Ref, and that's why we play Triple Insight as well. Triple Insight will get you to your copies of Ref. And yes, we are playing multiple of the Red Eyes cards, so we'll get to them really soon. The card you want to send off Insight is going to be the Meteor Dragon here. Meteor Dragon's got the unique effect where when he is in the graveyard, except the turn he was sent, you can actually banish him and pick yourself up another copy of Ref, and that can be from hand or deck. Grave or deck. So you can actually go and fish up your old copy, or if you've got still got more in the deck, want to thin the deck. I normally go for the one in deck, but, you know, if your opponents somehow banish them, like if you're using cash and they banish your deck or Tier Elements, milled them, you can just go get one from Grave as well. So really love Meteor Dragon, and if you do hard open this, it's not a brick, because it's kind of like Magician Souls, but for this deck. You send a vanilla, either DM or Red Eyes, and then you can summon it, and you can link climb with it and stuff like that. More importantly, you just get it into the grave so you can then search Ref on your next turn. It's pretty sensational. Now, unfortunately, to go with a package this strong, because right now that's kind of 7 cards that can get you to Ref, or RF, or get you to Ref, except for this, it gets you there turn 2. 6 cards that get you there straight away, 1 on the next turn, like an investment. And then, sadly, another investment is the double Red Eyes. Yes, 2 Red Eyes. So you've already noticed that this deck does have an awful lot of bricks. We've got the 2 DM, the 2 Red Eyes, and the Meteor Dragon, which is a pseudo brick. You don't really want to see it, but it's not the worst if you do. That will be a continuing theme. All of these engines normally have what I call an engine requirement, and then obviously the gas cards. You need the engine requirements. I know they're terrible. They're like Gamma and Driver. This is the Driver, and these are the Gammas. Like, you've just got to do it. It's worth it. I see a lot of DM profiles that play like Mana, Maha, DMG, and 3DM. They are playing bricks that don't have a gas card, right? It's like they're playing Red Eyes with no Red Eyes fusion, right? Or they're playing all the Drivers with no Gammas, right? At least the bricks, because people often critique me saying, well, your build has lots of bricks too. Yes, it does, but my bricks facilitate these crazy cards, guys. You got to understand that. These cards are sensational 1-card combos that achieve a boss monster unlike, you know, any other deck, I want to say. So yeah, I'm probably going to play the card that gives me a 1-card Dragoon, even if it's not a DM card. Sorry to those who hate that. Sorry to those purists who say it's not DM. I really don't give a fuck. This is the best way to do it, and I'm going to do it that way. So anyway, that's the Red Eyes engine. I don't think we have to change it anytime soon, but Meteor is certainly a better addition than Wyvern. We have Nadir engine. You know, let's talk about Toy Box. That's the new engine. That's the fun new guy. Toy Box. Notice the theme about all these engines. They start with a crack spell at 3. Obviously, I don't really need to go over it, but you guys are probably seeing a theme here. Triple Ref, triple Toy Box, and of course when we get to Dogmatika, there's triple Nadir. I think I've already said it, but yeah, it turns out having a spell that's really good and you played it 3 is exactly what a deck needs. So hopefully DM can get a spell like that one day. Kinda is Soul Servant, but Soul Servant's also a dead card when you have nothing engraved, so yeah, it's kind of a bit of a mixed box. Speaking of boxes, Toy Box. Toy Box lets you set these 2 bad boys right here, who are otherwise kind of bricks. Once again, more cards that are bricks. And it's kind of annoying because this card's super good and it's not DM related, even though it was used by Yugi. So there was the possibility of this to become not necessarily Dark Magician support, but Shining Sark. This could have been like Shining Sark stuff. It's not, and that's okay. But yeah, it's just a little annoying thing if you care about the Yu-Gi-Oh manga and Yugi's archetype of cards. But anyway, these cards, you pretty much set them in the back row of your toy box, and then your Magician Souls has that wonderful effect where it can send 2 spells and traps for draws. So you send these to the grave to draw 2, and then you can summon them back out because they trigger, and then this can search a light monster. And the light monster you're normally going to search when you summon it is going to be the Ecclesia from your Dogmatika package. So that's a cool little crossover here. The DM package crosses over nice with the toy box package, which then, of course, crosses over very, very nice with the Nadir package. So that's cool. Now, one thing I mentioned, there's already been a bunch of cards we don't want to draw. There's been Red Eyes, there's been Dark Magician, and of course, there's been a bunch of other cards like the toy monsters you don't really want to draw. You can discard these ones, though, because this can set from grave or deck. But here's the card that helps you also put them all back. Illusion of Chaos and help you just put that back in the deck and go get a DM card instead. So that's really nice as well. Just remember that there's a lot of bricks, but there is one way to fix at least one of them in your hand with your access to Illusion of Chaos. Another reason why we're playing 3 prep to Illusion of Chaos. We really want to see it and kind of just fix our hand, get rid of those bricks, make it a bit more playable. So yeah, Toy Box Engine was pretty sensational. It was mainly used not going second, but like on my second turn, if that makes sense. Going first, I'd do Ref and Dragoon, and I'd activate Toy Box, set these, but Toy Box then is just pretty much saying your opponent can't attack you, or you get to destroy their attacking monster, which is not bad with Dragoon, but there's definitely better combos like Village Winder, but we'll get to that soon. So yeah, Toy Box Engine today, though, put in work. I really liked it. It really helped push the game on any of my second turns, if that makes sense. Triple Nadir, because Nadir is cracked. Nadir sets up the Schism play, and along with the Ecclesia and the Fleur-de-Lis, you can do a bunch of cool stuff like pushing for game as well. So as I mentioned, the Toy Box Engine can actually search Ecclesia, and then when you summon Ecclesia, she'll search Fleur-de-Lis, so that's cool. Nadir is typically going to add you Ecclesia, and it's typically going to send to the graveyard your beautiful Shadow Alkalone right here, and then you can search Schism, and then you can make Winder on your opponent's turn, so it's kind of busted. If you establish Dragoon and Winder and Village, you kind of just win most games, like 99% of games, really, unless they have like a Kaiju, but yeah. Good engine, and it ties over into the Toy Box stuff, so I thought that was cool. One last engine, it's not necessarily an engine, but it is this beautiful, beautiful lineup of hand traps. So we'll go over that real quick. We've got the Call By, because saying no to Ash is really base and you can ref. 2 Cross Out, because once again you can say no to Ash Blossom, and for that very reason we have to play Ash Blossom, so I'm playing 3. Because I think it's quite good right now. If I do want to see a hand trap in my hand, it's normally Imperm or Ash, so here it is. Speaking of which, we've got 2 Veiler, which is kind of budget Imperm, and then 3 Imperm. They're not quite centered, but you can see all the hand traps there. 2 Imperm, triple Ash, and triple Imperm. They did a pretty good job. There were definitely hands where I just wished I had Engine instead of these, though, so I might even cut down to... I think Imperm's definitely the keeper at 3. It's definitely the best one. But if I had to cut down on other hand traps, it would probably be Veiler going, but Veiler's really good into Snake Eyes along with Imperm, but I still think it's possibly Veiler, and then possibly maybe doing like a 2-2 could be nice as well, or even like I would do like a 3 Ash and a 1 Veiler could also be nice. But anyway, this is what I played today, and I thought it was pretty good. Just, yeah, I'd prefer to have more starters, but it's kind of hard to have more starters. But anyway, we're over 50 cards. I'm not sure how many, but I'll have it show up on screen and tell you exactly how many. Let's go on to the extra deck, though. We've got our beautiful Starlight Dragoon. Yeah, baby, I got myself one of those. I had to do it. Card's sensational. And to go along with it, I've got an Ulti Dragoon, because, you know, Dragoon also got an Ulti. So, I don't know, it's just kind of sick. We got 2 different Dragoon rarities that are really nice. I'd love to play more DM fusions and secrets and more DM cards, but unfortunately, as I mentioned, the DM spells are just not it, so... Unfortunately, these are the only DM fusions I'm playing. Then we get into the Nadir package cards. So, we've got the Natis, which going second you use to pop cards. But normally you're going to be using Nadir going first. So you're going to send Garura if you want to draw one. Or, if you're like me, you're going to send Alkalone. So you set up the Winder play by searching Schism. So that's really nice. But these are some nice options for if you just need a generic draw. And if you just want to pop something going second. So they're all cool. That's the fusions for the deck. And we'll get on into the... Oh, I forgot to put a sleeve on this one. Sorry, I just re-sleeved this deck after locals because I got myself some new sleeves. Shoutouts to Harry for the sleeve advice. Got the Artemis to link away Rod and set up Dogmatika plays as well. quite nice. Getting Rod into Grave's always good, but you can also just link away your Magician's Souls and do Dogma stuff, so that's cool too. Link Spider, link away DM, so you can do Dogma stuff, or just link away DM to keep looping it. If you've only got one copy and you've got Circle Eternal Soul established in a simplified game state like Skill Drain or something else like that, it's really good. IP, because the Toy Box engine extends. This is probably the best card we can end on with the Toy Box engine, and then we're able to go into either Unicorn. I don't have SP Little Knight, but that would definitely be a better card to play here. And also Appaloosa, which I went into today by accident when my opponent could just beat over it with Kashtira cards, so whoops. Don't go into this if your opponent could just beat over it, but oh, well, that was my bad. But yeah, we've got some more links, but you don't typically go into them off IP, so I'm just going to group them kind of separately to these. There's also some different targets you can play for your Toy Box engine, but this is what I went with. This is just a simple Dark Selene Access Code Link Clan package. You can also go into Selene with the Toy Box engine. That's quite nice too. Last card to round out the deck is going to be the Chaos Angel. I finally got myself a copy, and yes, it's really good. It's typically just you're going second play to use Rod and Souls. Rod and Souls, but Soul summons DM, and you're able to get 2 banishes by searching Circle off Rod, summoning DM, getting the Circle banish, and then linking, or sinking into this rather, and getting another banish. So really good because it's a big monster too, 3,500. Unfortunately, you don't get the light effect because there's not really any lights in the deck you could use for it, but it's fine. You just want to summon it because it banishes something, and it's a big beater. And yeah, it's really good for going second, which DM can definitely struggle to do if you don't have ref. So this is kind of helping with that, along with this package is another great OTK going second package. So a lot of stuff in here to help for second, because second is kind of what we're struggling to do a lot of the time. And there is some stuff for going first as well. So you got to love to see it. Anyway, I think that's the end of the profile. I don't think I want to get into the gist of anything just today, but maybe if this deck profile does well, I will make a follow-up video going through test hands, how to play it, combos, all that kind of stuff. I do have a lot of videos on the profile, so if you're curious about the Nadir engine, check my YouTube channel first. Curious about Toy Box, I have channels on videos on that rather. I have videos on pretty much everything, every engine in this deck, but comment down below if there's something I missed or something you're curious on, and hopefully I can clarify it, maybe even make a whole new video to talk about it. But yeah, let me know what you think, guys. This has been the Dogmatika Dark Magician not branded, god damn it. Dogmatika Dark Magician Toy Box Red Eyes profile. Is it good? Yeah, I went 2-1 today. That's not bad. Round 1 was against Cash. I won because of Village. I should probably show off the side. Denko Seka because it's searchable off the Toy Box engine, so you actually have like 3 copies of it, 4 copies of it. A bunch of win in time card, going second board wipe cards. Swords, which is a bit of a budget droplet kind of meme. Evenly at 3 and 2 Village and Terraforming and double Skill Drain to round it out. Village wins games, so Village won me the Kashtira game 3. What else was good today? Dragoon. I lost then, sorry, I won round 1 into Cash, lost round 2 into, what was it? Sprite. Unfortunately, game 3 I just couldn't find a way to DM cards. I couldn't find a way to ref or just a DM starter, so I just evenly matched my opponent and then did nothing, sat on hand traps. Sprite has way too much gas for me to just sit there and evenly match and do like 2 ashes, so it wasn't great. But yeah, lost that in game 3, and then we went to Fluffle in round 3, and we beat that 2-0. So yeah, really good games today, super solid. Was hoping to verse Snake Eyes and just, I don't know, have a bit of a meme, but I don't think anyone was playing it today, but there's a lot of Tenpai. Maybe we'll verse Tenpai next time and just have a good keck. But anyway, that's going to be it. It's already nearly a 20-minute vid, but thanks for tuning in and watching. And yeah, this is my Unga Bunga over 40 cards Dark Magician deck. Might even go to more cards just so that we see the bricks even less. But anyway, let me know what you think. Like, comment, subscribe, all the fun stuff. And don't forget, this profile will be coming up soon. A bit of a shining Sark. Let me know if you're keen for that too. Laters.